Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. So tonight you have my favorite card. It is the Four of Discs, or the Four of Pentacles, or Panacles, or Coins, or so on and so forth. This is all about... Well, I guess I think of it as all of our elements needing to and coming back into alignment. I look at this card and you can see it's like a little fort or a castle, a tower possibly. And you can see it has the road in, it has the moat of water around. You can see the different elements right here on all the four corners. It is squared away, foundationally sound. It is home. It is the holy temple, right? This is where we go when we need to be fortified, right? When we need to fortify self. This is where we go when we need to get our mind right, right? Stay by the house, right? I'm a homebody. So I love this card. When I get it for myself when I read for myself, I'm like, all right, here we go. We're going to be working on the house. We're going to be stacking coin. We're going to be, being very mindful about our moves, making plans. And so it's a time to get your life right, to get back to where you want to be. Okay, so let's go ahead, Aquarius. We're going to turn this thing. It's also feeling safe, right? Having a place to go where you feel safe. And I know a lot of the internets, a lot of the collective is tired of talking about safe places or safe spaces and this and that. Okay, I get it. I understand. But on a very plain and simple human level, you have to think. You need at least one place, hopefully more, right? If you're privileged enough to have more than one place that feels safe to you. But you need at least one place where you can go and you can just breathe. Where you can let go of the struggles of the day. All of the uncertainty, the chaos, the worry, whatever else. So many other things. We need somewhere to be, to decompress, right? And so that's what this energy is really, really about. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to lift this thing up and let's take a look. And I want to say thank you so much for deciding to click on this reading. It truly is such an honor for me to be able to read for you. Now we're going to start over here. We have a person right here. You can see the head and here's the body. And it looks like we have like a room, right? Kind of like a little place to hide, maybe a little place to go to, just breathe, to calm down, to just kind of get yourself grounded. I remember when I was in high school many, many years ago, I had a place that I would go within the school, and I lived in California. I'm from East Sacramento, so I was out in that area, and that's where I went to school. And out there, the schools are kind of spread out, right? They're not like here in the Midwest or on the East Coast or I don't know, other places in the world where it's like one or two big buildings and all of the classrooms are kind of within this building on different floors. Well, a lot of the schools in California are single story and they're just spread out. You can get into them from outside. And so there was a little courtyard in one of these, we call them quads. And I would go there and just absolutely have panic attacks and cry and then get myself together, right? And you would think this would be like kind of a sad place in memory, but really I think of it almost kind of like the energy of the mother, right? Like she has her arms open and you come running to her, you scraped your knee, you're crying. And mom, she opens her arms and she brings you in and you put your head against her chest and you're crying and your face is hot and she feels lovely and safe and warm and like everything is going to be okay, right? And so I feel like in this time, there is a calling for you. I don't know what's happened besides it's been a mess. I see we have a dog down here. It looks like trash everywhere. Okay. We also have an eye right here. We have tea coming out of the eye. So that tells me there has been a lot of emotional discharge really in your feelings and letting them pour out, which is good, right? Crying, sobbing, screaming, whatever it is, purging this energy because it feels so tight, especially in your chest. And I feel like this is something that you've known before, but you had a pretty good run there where things weren't going wrong, where things are feeling pretty good actually. And so this one feels particularly difficult. And I believe this is because somebody close to you who you trusted, who felt like a part of your pack, right? Not like an extended family or like a good friend from high school or something. No, this is a person that you probably talk to every day. But they've done something. I don't know what it is, but they have definitely betrayed you. And I know that you know now. I'm not telling you. You already know. And I feel like it's made a real mess of things and probably has ramped up into something maybe a little bit contentious, right? But I think it's like there's so much grief involved. It feels like a lot of grief. And so I feel there is this kind of ease for a moment, a calm. And I feel like you need to find something somewhere, a place, an exercise, a form of therapy, something mindful, some kind of mindfulness practice, spiritual practice, something for you, just for you, not for anybody else. Even if the whole family is suffering right now, if something happened and everybody is in grief, right now you are who you need to focus on. If I feel a wobbling, I feel like there's uncertainty and almost, I feel like it's like you don't want to get swept away in the current. You don't want to go back to old behaviors. And I feel like you're very worried about that, but you also know, like in the front of your brain, right here in the mind's eye, you know that you can weather anything, that you can get through this, and you can do it coming out better than you were before. You are not going to succumb to those thoughts, to those old coping mechanisms, to, that whole, everything's a mess and everything is, for naught anyway, so whatever, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. No. You've done so much work. You've worked diligently on yourself, on your life, on your family. This is not an, 4-letter word moment, right? It's not. It's not. So I do feel so there's I heart you. I love you. A person on a horse, another person on a horse. We have the name, it looks like maybe paw or P-A-W, paw. Oasis. O-A-S-I. Where's the other S? There has to be one somewhere. Something. Yes, I feel... It feels like it is like something like paw. Maybe it's like a father figure. Now we have a child here. You can see the head, and this is their body and their little arms, and holding a dandelion. Now the dandelion, when it goes to seed, it is that thing that you blow the seed, the little puff ball, and you blow it, and then all the seeds fly, and you make a wish. So I feel like there is a sense of having like a remembering moment, like all of a sudden, like remembering a conversation you had with your father or your grandfather or somebody, and it was like telling them your dream or the thing that you wanted to do the most. Like, this is it. If I ever get this money, Dad, I'm gonna do this. You guarantee it. And there's this moment through all of this nonsense that's happening and this grief, and you're crying, and you're fortifying yourself. You're remembering this time. You know what? I'm not gonna fall apart. I'm not gonna let everything just like cave in on me. I'm not going to just give up and spiral and just let things, decay and go up in flames. No. I've worked very hard. I've healed. I've equipped myself with more tools. I'm older, a little bit more chill, right? And I feel you in this moment where you really know yourself. You are feeling like, and maybe it's only for a second, because that's how grief is. Sometimes it's like, you're devastated. You are like tumbling into the abyss. You get these little moments where you're trying to grab on, and you say, I'm gonna face this. I'm going to make it out of this. I'm going to be fine one day. I know it's going to be okay, right? It'll always hurt, whatever happened, but I'll be okay. Not only will I be okay, I'll be better than okay. I'll be better than I was before. I'm going to work my butt off to get there, right? And then it goes, and you're back into the awfulness of grief, the all-consuming feeling of some kind of grief. But it's so important that we have these moments when we have that clarity and we remember. And it is. And I keep thinking about this, like sitting and talking right? And it feels like it's almost like you're doing work together, you're taking a break, you're having like a little sandwich and you're talking to dad and he's listening. You have him, right? Maybe he's usually always at work, but this weekend you got to work on the backyard with him or work on the car or, whatever it was. And he and you, it was undivided attention, right? And this conversation happens and you tell him about your dreams, your desires, your wants in life, what you're going to do. And this all comes back. And this is an opportunity. This is a knock at the door. This is one of those pivotal places where, yes, you can. You can change course. Maybe you can entertain the idea or look into it. See how much would it cost? What would I have to do? This, that, whatever. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's just fun to dream about it. Maybe it's fun to honor, your younger self, your father, your connection, all of these things. And maybe you do. Maybe you do end up doing it. Maybe it changes everything for you. You never know. We have to take these chances, though. We have to allow our life to change. Because it's going to do it no matter what. It's like telling a teenager they can't do something. It's going to do what it's going to do. It's really up to you how you're going to receive that, right? Or how you're going to go along with it. So, we also have, it looks like a large fish. A large fish, which is representative of money. And this seems to be, I'm going to move it over here. You can see a hand and you can see the money. So I almost imagine, I first thought like somebody asking for money. I don't think so. I think it's like you're catching this as it's falling. So I do feel like there's going to be a lucky opportunity coming up for you. And this maybe is within work, business, career sector. But I feel like maybe this is a thing where somebody else had an opportunity as well and they dropped the ball. And for whatever reason, you are there in the maybe you're like the second person that they thought of, or maybe you're in the right place at the right time, or you're just very proactive about this kind of thing, or whatever it is. But I see you getting that bid, getting that job, getting that position, and that money coming. Okay? So, even in the darkness of these days, know that you are already back into the dawn. The morning has arrived. And we're beginning again. This is a renewal process that you are going through. And I know it's not been easy. The last few years have been very difficult for Aquarius. But I promise you, and you know this, that you're going to be okay. You're going to make it through this. Not only that, you're going to be better off afterwards. Because it's going to put you into gear. You're going to start really, really focusing on what is important to you. And doing the things that you need to do to get to that place. Which includes making money, right? So here we go. Let's do our lucky numbers. Number 14. 88. Hey. 55. 14, 88, 55. I knew it. I looked it up. 1488. That is not good. I was like, I know that this was some dramatic thing not that long ago. I remember seeing it in the news. But, you know what? We're going to take it and we're going to make it something lucky. We're reclaiming it, you know? So, anyhow, we're going to go on to our inner child oracle cards. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. It says 25. Listen, your inner child has something to say. See? I'm telling ya. You got to stop and listen to yourself. You have something to remember, something to hear, something to, yeah, like breadcrumbs, right? Take you back to a place where, yeah, you might find something. You might find something important, right? Okay, so we're going to stop where it feels right. Okay, and it says, contemplate. Was it in this? I wasn't talking about it in this read. I was talking about but was I? They mix together after I've done a few. Sometimes I'm like, wait, was that in the last reading? It could be that it was in the Pisces one, but I was all going on about contemplation. So contemplate your siddhis. Your old stories belong to time. Rise to become the new through timelessness. All right. Well, the cards ended up being perfect for this reading. Sometimes they're like not connected at all. But this one, it is. It really, I love the energy. I know things aren't easy, you know, and that I don't love, of course. But I love the energy of knowing that you can return to yourself and you can fortify yourself and you will rise once again. Of course you will. Okay, so I want to tell you I love you. I absolutely do. And I thank you for spending this time with me. It is really such an honor for me. And if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Other than that, I'm going to say again, I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk in a few days. Good night. Good night. Good night.